That's right.
Hello, everybody. We are back. I know everyone missed us. It's okay. We're back. I pulled Gabe away from all of his, demanding meeting schedules, singing, performing, everything.
Conducting all the things.
To come and weigh in on a musical performance that we watched on The Real Housewives of Potomac. This is Megan Me Smile with my poor Denise here. Um, and we are back and we are covering the next episode of Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 10, episode 11. It is called Lease Is Up, Giddy Up.
Oh my
So
God. At
we're
least
gonna
it's
jump.
up, baby.
Yes, we're gonna jump right on in, recap the episode. I know that Gabe and I had a couple questions, and we're definitely speculating a lot. After this episode,
Yeah.
we did peek at threads and we saw Angel losing it, and yeah.
She clapped back. I was proud of her. Yeah.
Listen, she better bring that energy to the reunion, but we'll talk about that
Yeah.
towards the end.
Mhm.
And at the end, we will also review what we would rate this episode out of 10, our Smile Award of the episode, and of
Oh, and
course,
the pyramid, right?
we do have to pay a visit to
Oh,
Abby Lee and see if we need to adjust anybody's ranking
oh,
on our
shoot. I think
pyramid.
it's gonna adjust. Oh my God. Okay.
So let's jump right on in.
Okay.
So, Gabe, I know that the opening scene, and I will say, I'm somebody now who can come back and say, I really appreciate who Monique is and how we're seeing her. I'm somebody who will frequently change my opinion of people, and I think that that's okay. And in
Mhm.
this case, I will say, I'm warming up to Tia a little more this episode. I think that I just was a little lost in the sauce with her storyline and her family tree last episode. But we open up with a scene of her sharing that she and the girls have been invited to the Sotheby's real estate polo game, or polo match, rather. I think I
Yeah.
the right terminology.
Yep.
Um, they're all meeting at her house to take the infamous
All
Sprinter
looking
van
cute,
over.
beautiful, stunning.
Yeah, I think that they were just kind of keeping up with like their derby get-ups, their Easter
Of
looks and
course.
everything. Um, what we learn on this trip to the polo match is that one, Tia was asked to sing the national anthem or have somebody sing the national anthem. And,
Right, right,
and
right, right.
two, we learn that after we have like a group that will come together to sing the national anthem, that they will be -1 because Stacey was disinvited from this event. So
Right.
let's chat a little bit about, coming up with who was going to sing, who wasn't going to sing. We know Ashley was not Tia's first choice, and that was a little shady. But let's talk about it because not only do they arrive and sing, but I do really like the fact that they chose to sing the Black
With every
national
voice
anthem,
thing.
Lift Every
Yep.
Voice and Sing. So let's talk about it. What are your thoughts in this opening scene here?
I mean, listen, I love Lift Every Voice and Sing. I have been in quite a few ensembles that preach the Black choral diaspora, and it's really awesome to be involved in that because there's still a lot that we don't know about
Mhm.
choral music and in the Black choral tradition.
Yeah.
And me, as a white man, I knew that Lift Every Voice and Sing was the Black national anthem,
Yeah.
right? And so for me, I found it when was it Gizelle? No, it was Ashley.
Oh gosh.
Ashley saying, "Wait, there's a Black national anthem." I literally was like, "Girl, be so for real." Like,
I was pretty surprised, and I also, as a very white woman,
yeah,
I
yeah,
I was familiar with it. I think maybe I learned about it earlier
yeah,
than many, because of, being familiar with like choirs singing it and
absolutely.
whatnot. But I also I feel like within like the last 5 years, it's been performed at the Super Bowl. Am I wrong? Or
Yeah,
maybe
it
it
definitely
used to
has.
be,
It
or
definitely has.
yeah.
I
So
think there's been a
I
couple. Yeah,
so I guess I kind of thought that out of all of them, I thought maybe Ashley, being the youngest and maybe most in tune with pop culture, I would have thought that she would have like heard of artists performing it or doing renditions of it.
yeah,
Especially as a singer
yeah.
herself, I would have thought that she would know.
Well, let's talk about that too. It's like, listen, I love Miss Ashley Darby, and she brings such vitality to the show, right?
Yeah, she gives it life for sure. We'll talk about
However, the musician in me, like I just want to speak on it for 1 second. The intonation of it all, like her voice. baby, and it's okay to use autotune because I am a huge fan of Charlie XCX, right? But like,
Yeah.
it's like when she's singing a cappella with no support, I'm like, ooh. So when you're asking me like, what did I think about? Like, it was four of them, right?
It was a
Singing.
quartet,
Wasn't
and
it Wendy conducting?
Wendy, God bless her, she's such a leader. I love it.
Listen,
And they included Angel, who we learned had a bit of um
she has a
opera.
musical pat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they played
I
a
think they
quick clip
missed
of her.
both. Yeah.
I don't think the clip that they shared of her singing was the best way to show that she had opera training, because like that wasn't
No. If
opera.
she was
But
singing an
she
aria or accompanied by someone on the piano, that'd be a whole different story, right?
she can hold a note.
She can definitely hold a note. In my opinion, from what I heard just in that clip, I think it's more of a note and in tune than Ashley.
Agreed.
But
Yeah,
that's just me. But then again, like I would support Ashley and whatnot because Ashley is probably more of a performer, like to give a performance,
correct.
right? Or
Yeah,
a persona,
yeah,
as opposed to like a true, authentic, you know, singer. Right. And that's a whole nother conversation we
yeah,
can have another day about like
sure.
persona and performance and whatever. But I
She's a
loved it. I thought it
performer
was
for sure.
right. I thought it was great. I could tell though, and I'm glad that they picked this up, because the whole ambiance of the people that were there were all white.
Oh yeah, I
Right.
think was it the subtitle that we got from Wendy? She was like, "We brought the color to the polo match or something."
Yes, and thank God,
Yeah,
because like, oh my God, like I would have loved to have seen the cameras when they were singing that because someone said something about like,
Tia said her back was
yes, she was like, my back
Yep.
was against them, but I
I
don't
don't
know
know
the
their
reason why.
reactions.
Yeah.
And you know what I'll say just about Housewives in general? I really like when we have a scene where you can integrate something that's very important, or you're raising awareness for something in a way that doesn't seem rehearsed or
Or
scripted.
disingenuine or yeah.
It did not in any way feel like, oh, we need to get out there that there is this song, Lift Every Voice and Sing. No, the women amongst themselves all decided, well, if we have the opportunity to do this,
Let's just do it
let's
now.
do the version that best represents us and provide a teachable moment through music to the people here.
Absolutely.
And I mean,
Absolutely.
based on the dynamic there after the fact, like everyone seemed to be mixing and mingling. And I really appreciated the scene. Also, the women's characters and how they just felt it was the right thing to do. And I love that because what a great opportunity to do that. So,
It,
and
it
maybe
was
for other
wonderful.
people, maybe there were other people who weren't familiar, or like if you don't know, now you know.
Well, here's the thing.
And it sounded
There
great. I love
definitely
it.
there definitely are people probably in that episode, sorry, in that scene that were
Hmm.
there at that match. Because when was this
Sure.
filmed? Over the summer?
Yeah. Yep. 4th of
Okay, so
July time. Yep.
yeah, yeah. So there was definitely people I can die on this cross. Like there are people probably that never heard this song before,
Yeah.
and thank God that they have now, right? Because
Yeah.
honestly, it is one of the most like fulfilling things to sing, right? It is
It's
so
powerful.
it's powerful, it resonates with people, and it's like
Yeah.
you just let your walls down and like you because for me being sometimes a perfectionist with my singing.
Hmm.
I always get into my head of like, oh, that was out of tune. Like I have to fix this vowel. I have to do this, right? But then like
Hmm.
with this, it's just like there, all of that is just gone,
It's a
and
relief.
the camaraderie of just singing that piece, it's just there's nothing like it. It's wonderful.
Yeah, there's a level of catharsis that you can tell
Yeah, that was the
they
word. Yeah,
feel
cathartic.
from
Yeah.
singing it. Yeah, absolutely. And I was just super happy. And it was great too coming off of, I mean, it wasn't the most peaceful event, but it was nice coming off of the Juneteenth event in the episode prior. And we had
Doodle
to
do.
witness Doodle-doo. Yep.
You
So,
go.
and I also did like one thing I meant to mention like as the scene started was I loved seeing the relationship between Tia and her brother as they were like getting ready for this event. Like
Yeah.
just a bit more
Yeah.
of her family and getting a I was thankful. I was, as somebody who was a little critical last time of her family story, more photos of her and like her brother growing up. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe I don't necessarily need to know the bits and pieces, but to know that she has a strong bond with her sibling, that felt important. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And then I love how we transfer after that to like what they have to like walk on the grass and then Wendy's like filling the
Oh,
holes,
that
right? And
cracked me
Wendy's
up.
like, oh,
I and
y'all aren't paying people to do this. And I said, Wendy, you better clock it. I respect that.
I
Like, especially
know.
since it's all white. I'm like, no, I'm wearing a cream sweater.
I
Hello.
know. It's
Step on
such
like on my
a
feet. No,
yes. Oh my gosh,
no,
they look like they're like stomping grapes.
no.
Yeah, no, and I guess it's just kind of like a traditional thing where like that's like the women's role historically in it. There's definitely like a
There's,
scene in Bridgerton where they did that. Um, but after they did all of that and sat down to eat, I will say this is another time where it's like and actually, I was listening to Carlos King's Monday Night Recap. Shout
oh, I
out to
love
them.
Carlos King. Oh
He
my
does it
God.
with Dustin Ross and Claudia Jordan, and they were saying Claudia made a very good point that one thing she's noticed as a consistent theme with these women is that they identify which of the women has like a bit of a fragile moment or a crack, and they attack on it. They prey on the
They
weakest
do.
link
They do.
and
This is a common trope
whether
in a
it's
lot of
in their
housewives.
place or and it's almost like they do that to make sure that they can get the heat off of them. And in
Yeah,
this moment again, we hear them talking about Stacey and it's like, okay, you already didn't invite her. Don't make her the topic of conversation while
right.
she's not here.
Can't do
So I
that.
liked that Jazzy stepped in and said, you guys are doing a lot of talking, but I'm not seeing a lot of proof. What I didn't like and what I would have wished Ashley came with proof on was her rebuttal where she said, "Well, Jazzy, did Stacey tell you she wasn't going to come to your
The
wedding
wedding.
if me and Gizelle didn't?"
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like now and on the one hand like damn, okay, quick comeback there. And that's probably a little hard for Jazzy to stomach, especially because like your wedding is like such an emotional time with people you love. But if Jazzy just said you all are doing a lot of talking without a lot of proof, Ashley, you probably should have come with like a text or something
Right,
as proof to saying that.
right.
Because now all you did was probably hurt Jazzy's feelings about her friendship with Stacey. And it just, again, feels like Ashley's storyline is complaining about everybody else. And I hate that for
I
her
was
because it
just gonna
doesn't need to
say,
be.
yeah, I
She's
feel like,
single now. It doesn't need to be.
yeah, she's single, ready to mingle. She's a beautiful mom of two great boys. Like she's feeling her oats, and I feel like this is a common trope with her for the past. Honestly, I want to say, dare I say, oh God, like her like junior season,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
especially I feel like it really catapulted when Mia was in the mix, you know? And now
Yes.
with Mia being
The
gone,
Mia
then
be lying.
the Mia be
Yeah.
lying, which is like that's her thing, right? And
Mm-hmm.
like honestly, I love Ashley Darby. I really hope she never leaves the
Sure.
show because like
I
storyline or
associate
not,
her with
it's
Potomac.
good TV.
But I
But
mean,
yeah,
even just from the beginning of this season, she was getting on Stacey for her breath. And if it's not
right.
Stacey's breath, they're
Again,
complaining about
13,
something.
13 size shoe. Gallop away.
Giddy
We'll
up,
never forget it.
giddy up.
Giddy
Yeah,
up, never
but
forget it.
yeah, so like after we wrap up this match here and everyone leaves,
Mhm.
the I mean the tone really shifts because we cut to Angel and Bobby's house. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about the Airbnb or is an Airbnb. What's happening? You didn't know the date of when you had to leave? Be for real. Let's keep it a buck. I love it. I love it. My best friend, Alana Walker, love you, Alana. We're going to get you on here soon. Which, by
Yes.
the way, Megan, she wants to like talk to you and like hang, and we're going to,
Let's
yes.
do it.
Be
Yeah, but
good.
let's keep it a buck because we
Let's keep it a buck.
immediately cut to Angel and Bobby and a slew of boxes being packed, and it
We're
looks
going
like
back to
they are just
Colorado. Yeah,
packing up all their belongings and they say to us that they are headed to Colorado, which we know she's from. In the very beginning of the season, she
and their
rant
house
and
is gorgeous
raved.
there. Yeah.
Yes, and I've got to say, if they had a Real Housewives of Colorado, I mean, make her the freaking
I'm surprised they
center
don't. Yeah.
mountaintop or center zip
Colorado's
line.
gorgeous. Yeah.
But, you know, what we can gather from the first iteration of her story
Hmm.
is that they moved back to the area rather quickly and got what she is calling a short-term rental, correct?
That's correct.
Now, we know a couple episodes ago she was doing some house hunting. Again, Potomac, you guys irk me when you don't make a purchase. So it was a lot of looking, not a lot of locking things in. I don't even know if there was a realtor showing it to her or she just went to like a broker's open. I'm not sure. But it didn't seem
Wasn't even her furniture.
right. So we're in
Which is
this
fine.
fur right. So we're in this beautiful furnished home and she gets a message saying like, "Thank you for staying. Here's the checkout information." And she's got to go. We cut now to another person walking into the house. It's Kiarna walking in with a bottle of wine, ready to chop it
And then
up.
Tia comes in with sweets, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and they look around and they're like,
Like, what the hell's
"What?
happening? Yeah.
What is going on?" Kiarna's like, "You can't leave me." And Angel kind of tells the story, maybe mentioning that the home is double booked or that they didn't book it for long enough, that they didn't find a home to buy in enough time, and that they're just going to pack up, go back to Colorado, and travel to and from until they can buy. Now, I hope your mind was reeling like mine because I had so many questions. I also, and this is where I'm going to give Tia some credit here.
Uh-huh.
I I imagine whatever amount of questions we have swirling in our head, she has 10 times the amount of that as a Sotheby's realtor.
Yes.
What?
Because she's like,
Yeah.
the
So what are
company was
your
confirmed.
thoughts? Yeah, what are your thoughts right now? Because things like really aren't adding up here.
Girl, it's a lot. It's like I'm about to take this pen and be like, let me write down all the questions that I had from 2 days ago. Like literally, okay.
And Tia
So,
showed a lot of concern, but it didn't really seem like Angel wanted help or really
well,
was
right, because Tia was
worried.
like, listen, you're a friend of mine, you're a colleague of mine on this show, but
Hmm.
the business and professional side of me is like, I'm gonna let this take the reins right now and put the personal stuff to the side.
Yeah.
Like, my first question is okay, is this an Airbnb? This is
Yeah,
clearly an Airbnb.
let's talk about what our thoughts were before we cut to Tia chatting
Okay.
on the phone with Gizelle, because I think
Yeah.
that probably will solidify what a lot of our speculation is. But yeah,
Okay.
you're right. So question number one, was this a short-term rental? Does she really mean an Airbnb stay in a home?
Right. And
Right?
like again, that's totally fine, right?
Sure.
And then it's like my second question is like, did you not know the full like range of the dates that you were gonna be there? Like because
Right.
with you filming the show, yes, you're a freshman on the show. Fine. You
Hmm.
anticipate a 3 month span of filming. Great. But
Yep.
you knowing the platform, you
Hmm.
should anticipate this is gonna be probably a 6 month filming thing at most, right?
Right. Right.
Minimum like
Well,
a range of 3 to 6 months, right? So
because you have press afterwards. And while she
yep.
claimed she didn't really watch Potomac, but she did watch other Housewives, regardless,
You know how this works.
you
Yeah.
know how it works. And it just seems odd that you would bring nothing but the clothes off your back if you were claiming that you were ready to make a name for yourselves. And not to mention, we don't hear much but Bobby or from Bobby. I mean,
I love him, but yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not bothered that he just stands there looking tall and beautiful. That's
And
totally
handsome.
fine.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But he was like, you know what? I'm just ready to get back and like shit in my own toilet.
Right.
That doesn't make it sound like there's any sign of them finding property here long term.
Okay, so
He's
that's what I was
calling that
gonna
his
say.
toilet. He's calling Colorado home.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like you keep saying, like when they had that dinner, it was like, a month and a half or 2 months of them filming. It's like, oh, like what do you think about the houses here? Like,
Hmm.
what's our price range? And blah blah blah. He said like 7 mil. That was in their kitchen, right? But then when they
Sure,
went to the
yeah.
dinner, they're talking more about it, and I'm like, I don't think you all want to settle here.
It doesn't seem that way at
And
all.
yeah, and that's fine-ish. Only if because there have been a couple housewives in other cities and branches where they'll do multiple like filmings of them in their one house in some city and then in the main city that they're filming and go back to back. I think that would be even more appropriate for Angel out of all people. If they're like, hey, let's come to Colorado for like a week, film you for a second come
Sure.
go back to Potomac or Virginia, wherever, right?
Yeah.
And
The life
see
of
how you
being
operate.
bi-coastal.
Yeah,
Yeah, what the life.
exactly.
Right, because I don't doubt for a second that their money is long. Like, I don't think it's a money issue
It's
whatsoever.
definitely not a money issue. Yeah.
And I say that also just, I mean, I don't book too many Airbnbs. I'm a snobby hotel
Listen, that's fine.
aficionado.
Yeah.
Sorry. But like for a home that big, fully furnished, that you're going to be in for that long, like you probably paid a pretty penny, which means I highly doubt you were going to be very lackadaisical about the dates.
I love that
You
word.
know?
Now, here's my question. Was this a monthly payment or was this like a flat payment that they paid? Or was it like how does that work? If it's an Airbnb, typically do you not just do the full payment up front and then you're like, all right, done? But if this is a short-term agreement, there has to be something contractually that states this payment should be
Right,
done by this date, either each month or like by the beginning of your or
right.
something, you know?
Especially when like paying utilities is involved for the home,
Right,
things like that. If you're there longer than a month, I'm sure
right.
cable, internet, things like that. So, yeah, I think it's natural that most people watching this scene were feeling awfully confused. I'm sure Kiarna was feeling like, oh my
We're all
gosh, like,
confused. I feel like Bravo's confused, Megan. Like, what are
sure.
we
I
doing?
think that Kay is probably like, wait a minute, you're my friend for like 20 years. How did I not even know about this? And then Tia's like, I'm sitting here professionally trying to see if this person screwed you out on a lease and trying
Yeah,
to make sure you didn't lose money. Like, you might annoy me in some regard, but like, I'm still going to look out for you
right.
because
Because that's
it's,
what the professional hat came. Yeah,
yeah, it's almost like, and so I don't know if Angel remembered that Tia was a realtor because I think that
we
Tia
get
would
it.
be the first one to call her on her
She had the
bullshit.
rose-colored glasses on. Yeah.
Right. So as they leave, I think after they leave, we realize that the one person who's probably going to be able to unpack and give this the most credence would be Tia in her experience, whether it's, she might be a realtor that buys and sells houses, but she obviously knows how Airbnb works. She calls up Gizelle, and Gizelle,
Foot mouth syndrome.
yeah, and she has to just give her a call and explain the weird thing that just happened. And I will hand it to Gizelle. She's pretty quick with it. And she was like, okay, well,
I love
clearly
her.
she
Yeah.
moved here to film the show and she underestimated how long she would need to film. And her lease is up. And because she doesn't like us, or maybe she doesn't like us, she's not interested in getting another short-term lease. Like that's the thing too. If they only brought the clothes on their back, Gabe, then and money is not an issue, then what's stopping them from getting another short-term lease? Or, looking at the last minute, like, oh crap, we need to do this, or put our stuff in storage. We're just going to go home to Colorado for the weekend, but then we'll be back.
Or get like be a Tinsley Mortimer and live out of a hotel for like all of
Hey,
the.
Bethany Frankel did it. Some may
Listen,
argue
there's
that
no
Meredith,
shade or judgment at all. Like, or
some
live in a smaller
argue
house. Like,
Right. I mean, some argue that Meredith Marks lives in New York long term and goes
oh,
to
I
an
didn't know that.
Airbnb in Utah. But if she is, she's there long enough, at least.
And
So,
her son is there. Like, I mean,
so
yeah,
this is kind of feeling weird. And I'm just feeling uneasy and kind of
it's
like
weird. It's
Giselle
weird.
said, it's like, you can tell like Bobby's like, this is not worth it. Like, you're not having fun with these women.
Yeah,
They're apparently not having fun with you. We can afford to just not find another place and we'll fly you back here when you need to be here, but
yeah.
this isn't it. Like it seems, do you think she's going to be a one season wonder based on her energy right now?
Oh, as of now, I kind of do see it. Yeah, but I would like for her to have like a Stacey comeback. I'm not even gonna say Stacey comeback because Stacey kind of was giving it her first season, right? Like she was funny, like she knew how to like read the room, she knew how to operate with cameras. I
Right.
think as of now, it is giving one hit wonder, unfortunately. Um, I-
Her saving grace will be if she brings the energy that she had on Threads the other night, clapping back at
yes,
her haters and the people criticizing her. If she can clap back like that at the reunion, I think that she can have a redemption season because
absolutely.
I think her problem is that she can't react in the moment. She can't.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
she's a confessional queen because they film those after. So she's had some
yes,
time to whip something up. But
yes.
she freezes and tenses up in the moment. And that also could be, I'm not there, but you got 40 other people in the room filming.
Yeah.
You're getting called out on something that you probably weren't expecting to get called out on. Some people don't react the same way. But this is awkward. It's awkward,
It
and we
is.
know that they're going to confront her by the end of the episode. But before that, we cut to a scene with a housewife we haven't really seen much of yet. We cut to Wendy and Eddie, and they're taking Cameron to gymnastics. God, she's so
That was so cute.
cute.
And then they're reflecting about
I
like, their boy doing karate and he's like, you want
Yes,
to train
they're
your
so
sports like Power
well-rounded.
Rangers. I'm like, that is so real. I
I
love Power
love,
Rangers.
Oh my God, I just love the exposure that they're giving their children. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Um, we know that the scene isn't really to watch Cameron at gymnastics, but to
Right.
listen to Wendy and Eddie chat about a couple things. First, we hear that she and Gizelle, okay, I mean, hell has frozen over. They're coming together.
Yeah. Doing this
And
event.
yeah, they're gonna have like
Popeye's chicken.
yeah, they're gonna have a cute little what is it, Potomac and Ponies
Yeah,
party.
Potomac and Ponies. Wasn't this in
It's
reference to Cowboy Carter
it's
being in
very
town with
Cowboy
fiance?
Carter
Yeah.
themed because she'll be in town around July 4th. So they're doing this little cookout situation together. Um, After we have that conversation, it does cut to some chatter about how their home renos are going. We're seeing bits and pieces of that in every episode. This is episode 11, so I think we're probably only about halfway through the season, maybe a little over half. And they're talking, and Eddie asks, where are we in the budget? Wendy shares that she hasn't really kept track, but that she knows
Right.
one of the invoices is over 100K. Gabe, do you think that production went back in post and edited this scene to include it? Like it wasn't there before. Like maybe only she
Oh, like
was
after the
talking
whole
about her party with
fiasco with
Wendy or
I see.
with Gizelle. But knowing what we know now and
About
how the
Wendy and
season
Eddie.
will
Yeah.
wrap up with them later when
Yeah.
they pick cameras up, are they going back in post-production and making sure to include parts in these episodes that piece together what we know now? Because look, you had last episode, you had her not remembering her pin. That was a very odd, like
That was
very
weird, right? That was
random
weird.
scene.
Yeah,
You
have her
had
remember your
them
pin
in the
is fine.
home. Yeah, you had a lot of different things going on. And then you had this. And I wonder, are they doing that in the hopes that they're going to get more ratings? Because people are
We
going to
kind
go
of get
back
the
and watch the
breadcrumbs to this
season and try
trail
to
of what's
identify
right,
the breadcrumbs.
right.
What do you think? Do you think this was always a part of it? Or do you think that they maybe went back in and edited in post?
I think the way that to me it kind of seems like because you know how and I've learned this from my mom, Marianne, love you. When
No.
housewives are, and by the way, I love housewives because my mom, she was my gateway into this. Anyway,
Love.
so I say this because editing and Bravo and like scenes coming together. So you know how housewives, when they're at a dinner,
Hmm.
you can tell, and I didn't catch this till years ago, you can tell when something is really edited by
Yep.
the volume of liquid that is consumed or
Yep.
something, or
Hmm.
like when something is ordered and they're speaking about something, but then they speak about something else and that wasn't ordered or it was and they're like
Yeah.
their dish is finished or it's not.
Yep.
The timeline
The
is
splicing.
not flowing correctly,
What do they
right?
call that? A phantom
Like,
edit?
yeah, that's exactly it. A
Yeah.
phantom.
I'm gonna keep
So
my eye out for that with Wendy and Eddie moving forward, I think.
yeah, and I'm gonna go on a limb here and say I think this was original footage.
Sure. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it was definitely in the raw footage for sure.
Yeah, like I think I think they had this in the take before knowing what we know now about
Hmm.
Wendy and Eddie now. I think they just added it just to add a little spice and flair because they have to
Yeah.
have a little like financial situation every single episode of like, I can't afford this, I can't afford this, we're a little over, you know? So
Because if we didn't know what we know now, it would probably feel as boring as that one season of Beverly Hills where Erica Jane was remodeling the entire time. Now, that would have been juicy if she
right,
was facing something at the end,
right.
but that's why I think they wouldn't have mentioned this that much if there wasn't some
Bethany Frankel,
smoking gun.
mention it all, mention it
It
all.
all. Speaking of phantom edits, I think that in the next scene, they actually did a good job always making sure that the burrata was on the table at the right time because we cut
Oh my
to the
God.
lunch with Stacey and Kiarna. We know that
Michelle
tension
Obama
has
has
been
taught us.
building up, and I honestly wish I could say I know why there's tension, but really,
I don't get it.
it's
Like
a little confusing, right?
okay,
Like,
girl, I
if,
was like, okay, I know y'all are beefing, and I hate to be like
yeah,
a fake fan for a second. I don't understand why y'all are beefing. Like I don't get it.
I think we had some flashbacks that like date to TJ and her being a
Oh,
fraud.
that's right. And with Cookie and everything, and it's like
And
I know a
if
fake.
I had to read
Yeah.
between the lines, I think that Kay is probably oh, and how Stacey would make some digs about Kay's ability to get violent.
She would, and I
The
thought that
chin
was
check of it
inappropriate.
all.
That was inappropriate. Yeah.
But if I had to guess, I think Kay is like really, and I don't mean bitter like trying to shade her, but like I admit when I'm bitter, I think she's bitter that Stacey was able to get a boyfriend for hire, have that go astray, and then still be able to come back
With a man.
with a man.
Yeah.
You know,
Listen, that ring comment she made, Stacey, I gotta give it
calling
to
it
her.
cloudy right after she
She's
was like, my man, my condo, my things, or whatever it
right.
was.
She,
And it's like, I just need, when she tries to get her lick back, I need that to match her face card. She's stunning,
oh, drop dead. Yeah.
but it's like, come on, girl. So I was dying though when Kay was like, I'm allergic to cheese. And so Stacey was like, let's get the burrata. I'm like, that's literally
Well, I think that the
a
great
lump of,
setup of it all, which is why I think Stacey and Bronwyn from Salt Lake City have been the most incredible additions.
put them on an ultimate girls trip together.
Listen, and also we know that Vicky Gunvalson is confirmed for that Ultimate Girls Trip road trip. Anyway, that's another conversation. Back to
Oh,
Stacey.
grief.
The
Yes.
fact
Ready
that
for that.
Stacey started this, her confessionals are unmatched. She goes, Michelle Obama has taught us when they go low, we go high. So I'm gonna go high with a gummy and
I'm gonna
meet
go get
Kay.
high. Yep.
And I thought that was the most
Amazing.
iconic thing ever. And of course, she's like, "Oh, like, what do you want to get? The cheese?" She goes, "I don't eat cheese." Okay, okay. Well, like, what about the cheese? I don't eat cheese. Okay. And then she talks to the waitress, Kay does, right? And she's like, "I just want to make sure a salad, right? I
Yep.
believe it
Yep.
doesn't have cheese because I'm allergic, right?" And so, like, obviously, if you're allergic to something, that can cause severe health repercussions. Stacey, like, not even like just being on this planet, and God bless. She's like, I'll get the burrata, and Kay being like, dead,
I couldn't.
dead, dead.
And you know what I think it is?
It's tongue in cheek. It's funny. Like,
I don't think that Kiarna's allergic. I think she's lactose intolerant
totally
because do
different
you
things. Yeah.
remember that previous season? Weren't they on a trip and Kay got a terrible stomach ache and nobody stayed back to help her?
Oh, was that when that was Stacey's first season, right? Last season? Yeah.
Was
So
it Kiarna that was sick in the bathroom?
I, I can't remember, Megan. I have
I
to be
I
honest,
don't know.
but I
I'll
think you're
have to
right.
if
No,
I
I think you're right. Yeah.
Okay, so what we'll do here is if I can find this, then when I'm editing this, I'm gonna cut to the clip right now.
Nice to meet you, restaurant. Okay. Ooh. So I had like a few glasses of champagne, not thinking anything of it, and then my ulcer kicks in. Literally, all of a sudden, I can't breathe. I feel like I have a temperature, but I feel horrible. Ash, is it single use? Yes. Oh, great.
And there it was. So I'm gonna find it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that I mean, I don't think that that conversation was productive. But I will say
It wasn't.
I can see why
Stacey was looking
Stacey,
great.
yeah, but I mean Stacey is very calm, cool, and collected and just has a way of not getting bothered that I wish I could
Right.
embody.
Right.
I don't have that.
Right.
Um, yeah, so and I don't think that Kay has it either, and it sucks because Kay's not landing the plane here, and I want her to. I hope that I hope she can bring it at the reunion. I actually I have a little bit more faith in Angel.
Uh, Honestly, I think Kay has to go.
I think that Kay was a better friend of.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. I don't
I
know
think
why
she
she
could
got
I think you could
promoted.
swap her and Jazzy.
Yeah, yeah. I also the
We got to figure out what's going on
Jazzy.
with Greg first.
Yeah,
If she left Greg and we got to follow her single girl story,
I will be so here for it. So here
then
for it.
keep her full time.
So here for it.
But if we're bringing along Greg, then because look at her and her talent and her just everything about her,
She's a
like
businesswoman. Like she.
and she could land. Sorry, Greg. I also think that Greg is truly acting for the cameras based off of last season.
Yes, even though he is like quote unquote like uncomfortable by cameras or like whatever. Yeah,
He is working
it's a complete
overtime. He
180.
is working overtime for
I
his LLC. I don't
I
blame
also just think real quickly it's a little just like ridiculous detail. I just
him.
think Jazzy's confessional look with the whole white purity like wedding that's ridiculous. I hate it. I don't like it. I
There
don't.
there are some times where I'm like, are you wearing that as a confessional look because what is coming out of your mouth is less interesting?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry, but sometimes I think like the very simplistic looks where they are reading someone, those are my favorite.
Listen, Kenya Moore hair care. Like she, that woman would take a page out of her book, out of her academy of how to read, right?
Literally, literally.
Like
And
I
she didn't need a
just
whole headpiece to do it.
no, and because she's stunning. Like so,
Yeah.
it's just
No, you're right. You're right.
like just jazzy. If you had a most simple, like refined look, it's too much, and we know you're married and whatever. I can't.
Maybe she came up with that look after she found out she was only a friend of, and so she felt like that was going to be the way to make
A
her
lot of friend
statement.
doves do try to pull the extroverted, avant-garde,
Except for
you
Cynthia
know,
Bailey. She's a perfect friend
oh,
of.
no,
Professional friend
perfect,
of. Yeah.
perfect. 50 Cent, period.
Yes, I love it. No, I agree with you. And she I think Jazzy, I think everyone, even including Stacey, were all at the 4th of July party, right? The Potomac and Ponies party.
Mhm.
Um, I love his fried chicken. I do
Me
wish
too.
that Wendy would have taken the time to maybe take it out of the box and put it in the catering tray.
Yeah.
But for Ashley to shade her on that, like Ashley, did you fry up that catfish yourself?
Let's be for real, you did not.
I'm just saying. Um,
Looks
but
tasty as hell though, but yeah.
oh, I would have, of course. But what do you think about like this event overall? Because it just they were
They
really
could have
coming
done
for her
more.
angel. Yeah.
They could have done more, and I'm talking about like the setting of it all. Like I forget who called it out, but like it's in like a quarter of like the arena of the soccer place or
It looked
whatever.
like an indoor racquetball
It was
facility.
giving Chuck E. Cheese, and like it's fine, but like you women have literally thousands and thousands, 100,000 more dollars than I do. So even if you have an event in your backyard, that is so much nicer and so much more personable and characteristic of
Yeah.
you. I don't know. I
Remember when
just
Robin had the cookout and like the games? It was like
listen,
it was in their backyard, but it was like it gave me like low-key 90s
homey,
neighborhood
cozy.
cookout style.
Yes.
It was what it was. But
Yep.
it's like putting this in like a launch trampoline park and calling it a 4th of July
Or in
cookout.
Marlowe's beautiful
And it's
townhouse.
4th of
Like,
July.
hello.
Go outside. There's
Yes,
fireworks.
go outside and like I don't know, and like in Marlowe's townhouse in that one season, like
Mhm.
I loved it. It was fun and it
Nothing
was
wrong
a
with
nice house.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
but I don't know, man. I thought it was it was fun to see all the children like interact with each other for a little
That
bit.
was cute. Yeah.
And I just love Giselle's children. I thought that they're just amazing.
Those
I
girls
loved
are
all the children.
amazing.
I loved
All of
all
them.
of them
And
because
because
all of them
Tia
are
has her
beautiful
kid.
parents. Yes.
Yeah, and but I agree. It's just interesting to have like the juxtaposition from the night before where they were out at that like swanky restaurant,
Yep.
drinking cocktails and talking crap on Stacey's potato salad and hoping she doesn't put raisins in it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, Ashley, again, why are you saying that,
Wait,
Ashley?
that was a
Because
funny scene though. The three
it
women.
it was it was silly, it was silly gossip and
It
all, but
was
like
yeah, yeah.
they always love to just like punch down, man. But
I know.
what did you think of when they were all there and then all of a sudden they turn around and they're just like, there's Timu, and they see Timu, well, Timo. They're all
Yeah, I
calling
was gonna say the
him
pronunciation
Timu.
of it all is so funny, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but what do you make of him? He was giving Todd Newport in that he did not want to entertain these women whatsoever. What are your thoughts?
It shocked me. I was proud of him for, it's uncomfortable. I know you're a businessman in two different countries, like every other day. Um, he's doing it for his daughter, right? Who literally he would die in front of a train for. And he's doing it for his woman, who I think he really realizes that this is my love for the rest of my life, and I cannot ruin this, you know?
I bet he's watching this season.
I think he is too. He's clocking
Mhm.
in.
Yep.
He's tapping in. He's locking in
And
and
we have not heard nary a peep from TJ the last I checked. So
no. No, and honestly forget him. Like whatever.
let this episode wrap up again. Like I know that they have these awkward encounters with him, but
Oh, it
they're
ended.
interrogating Angel at that point, right? Like this
Yes,
smoke
they're
goes off
interrogating
of
Angel.
stage.
Yes, because I remember this exactly when, sorry for my thinking face. I'm like giving Jimmy Neutron.
Evict
When Ashley. She's like, babe, the timeline isn't timelining, and the credits are rolling. And
Mhm.
she's like, I think it was this state. It's you know what it's giving? It's giving when Phaedra like didn't know her due date, circa season three.
Yeah.
And I will never. That went down in Housewives history. And if for those that are
Win a
listening and
case.
watching, if you
Win a,
don't,
win a.
yeah, if you don't know that, go
Oh
back. Go back. Go
my
footage to like circa
gosh.
2008,
You
9,
were
whatever.
right when she was trying to say like oh my God, you're
Because I
right.
remember them, they're eating, I think it's the backyard of
They were
Cynthia's
out on the
house.
back porch and they were like having like peach tea
Yes,
and
yes,
stuff. And it was
yes,
like
yes,
that
yes, yes,
cute
yes.
little, yep. And they were
And they're
like,
eating, and
how many
Mimi's like,
weeks?
you don't know your due
When was
date?
that? Yeah.
Like,
And then she had that like super awkward pickle photo shoot to like try to get us
oh
all to start
God, with
talking
Apollo.
about that instead of this. Oh my gosh.
So then, anyway, so
Yeah.
back to what we are seeing in this episode.
Mm.
It's literally verbatim this whole thing, just at a different venue,
Yeah.
well, like 15 years later. And then because
You're
Angel's like,
so
you know what? I think it
right.
was this date, and it's I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me either.
And my thing is, Angel is pretentious. She is a snob. She
Right?
does have NFL money. That's fine. Be
Yeah.
about it. Be a snob. Be this way. Honestly, you could have said, you know what? We rented until this time and thought we would have found a nicer house, but some of the ones we've seen just aren't up to our standards. So we're going to go reassess things back in Colorado. Like, you literally could have just owned it. Like, maybe I just have been through enough to where, like, I have no shame in my game, but it's
Same.
like, what are you?
Same.
Now the story has shifted because we don't care about the fact now that your lease was up. We care
Right.
about the fact that you can't explain why the lease is up and that like you don't have a backup plan, so to speak, or that maybe you did because I will say you did have boxes ready to go. It looked like you were ready to pack. So I don't know.
Over the
Yeah.
6 months, because remember, it was 6 months they were there. And I remember that because as they're packing, she says something to Bobby before
Mhm.
Kay and Tia come through, right?
Mhm.
She's like, man, I just can't believe like all this stuff accumulated over 6 months. Um,
Clocked
and
it.
I'm like,
Yes,
wait a
you
minute,
are
6 months.
right.
I'm like,
Six
oh. But
months.
I can relate because like in my apartment in Miami with my first roommate and then my second roommate, Josie, who I'm living with now, it's like
Hey, Josie.
stuff do be accumulating and we are two single people, right? And we are
Mhm.
not in relationships, we do not have children. And if things are accumulating as two single people, obviously I can empathize and understand if things are accumulating when you are a household of what, four? They have two kids?
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
I think
So I
so.
get it, but however, 6 months.
Well, she's like a
What?
newborn. She's like a baby, right?
Yeah, 1 year old at the time. So now she's probably
Okay.
like two or three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even if she could have said, you know what, we weren't finding a place that felt comfortable to move our newborn into, we need to go back to a familiar environment for her, as him or her, assess the situation, then come back. If you
Mhm.
just owned that, so be it. But now she's going back to Colorado. She did invite the women to come to
Oh,
Colorado,
that's right, because we're
right?
gonna see that. Yes.
In this next episode, I know we're gonna and I know that Wendy and Gizelle were like, okay, keeping up with the theme, but
Yeah.
I mean, show us then. But that's okay. Here's my other thing then. You already had whatever your experience in Colorado is booked. Let's talk about it. It's not, you might not script every line of every conversation, but you got a stage where you're filming. And I
Sure.
find it hard to believe that this network would be like ready to just fly to Colorado and film the Real Housewives of Potomac overnight. So that's why I feel like it was very well known that at this point in the season she'd be going back to Colorado. I think
Yeah.
production was already aware.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Like she
I
already had her
think
eye on the prize
because if
being
we are
Colorado.
filming in Colorado, production did not just decide to pivot and get
Correct.
everybody flights to Colorado.
Correct. Correct.
So that's why, yeah, that seems kind of funky to me. But we're going to see that in the next episode. I know we're also going to see Wendy's mother snap on her in the next episode.
I know that's right. Nervous girl. Let me get that
Woo!
margarita going. Oof.
Yeah, so I mean, I know things were getting a little heated in this episode, but I mean, out of 10, what would you rate it?
I would give
Last
it
time you last time you said around a 7.5 to 8.5.
okay, this one, honestly, I might go up.
Go for it.
Oh, I might go up. I might give it a 9 because of the
Hey,
Stacey
yeah.
gummy of it all and the whole confusion of the house of it all. I might give it a 9.
It was juicy. It was juicy.
What?
I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I'm not gonna go to a
Okay.
9 yet because I think
Okay.
for me, I'm waiting for something else, you know? And so I'll be at an 8.5, you're at a 9. And if AJ was at 4th of July, I probably would have given it a 9. I really like him.
Come
But
on,
out of
AJ.
yeah, and out of everything that happened, what moment would you give your smile award to?
Oh, Stacey gummy analogy. Period. Done. No question. I thought that was because it was tongue in cheek. It was fun, but it was also like in a roundabout way, honestly, kind of professional of her. Like because
Mhm.
she could have every right to pop off, eviscerate, with her rhetoric,
Yeah.
um, to Kiarna, and she's saying, no, you know, I have a business to run, and I'm gonna consume my business right now in this moment. Order the burrata, you know. So.
I mean,
The Moira
not
Rose, the burrata.
I
So,
I I loved that. Yeah, because she not only had a great comeback, but it was like also shout out to getting high, shout out I have a gummy line, you know?
listen, I'm gonna equate it again. I said this to you before. I'm not sure this was filmed the last episode we did, but I am seeing early Kenya Moore in Stacey.
Me
I
too.
am seeing it. I'm
Mhm.
seeing it. Stacey knows the cameras. Kenya knows the cameras. They know how to read. They know when to engage. They know when to
Yeah.
disengage. It's again to lovers to haters to lover. I just.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Speechless. Yeah.
she's consistent, you know? And I was going to say like the smile award.
I was gonna say,
in-
what's yours? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that it's the burrata. The burrata.
Labrada.
Getting hit
Honorable
with
mention to lift every voice and sing. To be like not facetious, to be legitimate. Like that
one
it was
yes,
great.
it was
And
beautiful.
I was glad that it was mostly in tune because now I'm getting like my conductor brain on, right?
That
Um,
would get like a standard of excellence certificate.
absolutely,
It was
absolutely.
beautiful. But yeah, no, that poor burrata, I mean, dang, shots fired.
Dang. Clap
But
if you care for the burrata. Yes, yes,
yep. But
yes. We
I
love you,
love that
Wendy.
like our smile award both were related to Stacey, like within
Yeah.
that same scene. It was hysterical. I'm ready for, oh my God, I'm ready for next week.
This reunion's gonna be
But
interesting.
I mean, think about it. We've already gotten this much, and we still have the Wendy and Eddie of it all, the
Yes.
Karen of it all.
Yep.
I mean, I guess we're going to Colorado.
The fact, and then this goes back to my thing about when you asked me last time, like, are we missing Karen? I feel like honestly, it's giving more and more, like, it's going to always be yes, but it's going to be like a very faint yes. Like, these women are standing their ground. They're not giving too much to, like, compensate. Like,
If Angel was smart, she would have channeled her inner snob and been that replacement character archetype for
yeah,
Karen. She could have taken that little, or I mean, well, Tia's kind of her own person, I think. I'd say her accent isn't
yeah,
really like synonymous with like Karen's character, but
no.
Angel could have been very hoity-toity if she wanted to, but
I'm just honestly, Megan, trying to envision our mother in this. Like group now with all the things that have happened. I'm trying to understand like what her brain will be thinking. What
be
would she be harping
overwhelmed.
on? Yeah, she'd be
Somebody's
overwhelmed.
gonna
She'd be
have to
like,
catch her up to speed, like real talk. Like,
oh, and it's gonna be Giselle. Period. Done.
or Cookie.
Or
Monique wasn't wait,
Cookie.
Monique wasn't in this episode at all, was she?
No, she wasn't. Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts
Aw,
and prayers.
what?
I'm just kidding. Love her, but yeah,
Yeah, well, with that being said, though, I just sadly had to move Monique off of our pyramid for now, but
sure.
I did want to revisit. I'm going to move us down here as well because last time we cut off.
I'm already seeing the. Yeah, I'm already
All
seeing the.
right, walk
Okay.
me through your thoughts. Tell me where to go.
If we could even take Stacey even higher. No, I'm just kidding.
Higher, literally,
Yes,
she is literally on cloud
yes.
nine. We'll leave Stacey.
Take me higher,
There she is.
higher, higher off the ground.
Oh,
Um,
beautiful.
love that song. Okay, Wendy, still an honor roll, but like lower honor roll, like where
She,
Ashley is.
yeah, because she's got me a little nervous,
Yep.
like she,
Ashley going to Now We're Cooking.
yeah, for sure. She's not cooking that catfish. I know
Yeah,
that.
I know that's right. Switch, Angel and Kiarna.
Ooh, okay. Dang. Yeah. I mean, I think, are you putting Angel there because of her ability to clap back on threads?
Ability, you know what? I forgot about that. So take her in the middle, in between Tia and Ashley, please.
Oh, okay. Yes,
Because the
yes.
clapback definitely gives her a little elevation boost.
Yeah, I haven't watched
Um,
the after show yet. I need to. Where are we throwing Gizelle here? Because I mean, she clocked Angel's timeline pretty quick.
she did, and honestly, Gizelle can read. So it's either she stays put, or honestly, let's take her like a little, take her to like the top line of honor roll, but don't let her cross into the,
Yeah,
yeah.
like she's high honors, A's and B's.
Yes. Tia, because I loved the foot and mouth syndrome situation, put her at like bottom honor roll.
For sure. Yeah, and well, and I would say too that like having her still be a little higher than she was, but not quite.
Right.
I felt like she didn't have to step in and show the concern that she did to Angel about the short-term lease. I think
Correct.
she genuinely was coming at it from a place of caring as like a real estate and
I
another
was gonna
woman, a
say, and
mother, and I
yeah,
appreciated that from her. Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that because
Give
then
that an
it's like,
honorary smile award too. I
you know
think
what,
that
give that honorary smile award. Absolutely. Because
she was
she's putting her
genuine there.
professional cap on, like, because wasn't it no, it was her that said, wait, didn't I just drive by a house that was 6 houses down from you? That's from Sotheby's real estate or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, or Bobby said that or something. Yeah.
And I don't think that they're not buying a home there for lack of funding by
Y-
any means. I think it's
Correct. They have the funding.
I think
Yeah.
it's lack of interest in wanting
That's
to
it.
set down roots there. Yeah.
And that's fine. Yeah.
And if that's the case, just be honest about it,
That's
right?
it. Own
You
it, Lisa
know?
Rinna.
I,
Own
I
it.
I think the thing that people like the most is just when the story is transparent. I think that's also why we probably I mean people liked Stacey last year, but we liked her more once she kind of like flicked TJ to the curb, right? It's like when she started to kind of like become herself. Like we liked her for her authenticity, her vulnerability. I don't mind seeing a housewife struggle, you know?
No, yeah. I mean, listen, the Whitney Rose of it all, being honest, she was like, hey, we went all in. Our life savings was literally in this company and it flopped, and I'm embarrassed. And you did this money transfer without my permission, and that
Yeah.
stings. If that ever happens to me, so help me God. Like,
Whitney, she
it's horrible. Yeah.
she's fighting for that snowflake. That's another one that we'll have to talk about. Yeah, we need to think about how we want to discuss um Salt Lake because there's so
It's a
much.
lot.
There's so much there. We would have to do like a Spark Notes version of where
It
we're at.
would.
How did we get here? Um,
Truly.
but yeah, I think that next week we are certainly in for unfortunately less smiles. We're gonna see people probably interrogating Angel even more while
Yeah.
they're in Colorado on her home turf, which is a little frustrating.
Yeah.
I'm very concerned about the Wendy of it all and her
I was
mom.
just gonna say, I feel like
Yeah.
not even the financial part, the marriage part. I have a strong inclination and feeling that we're gonna get a little conversation, a one-on-one or three people of Wendy talking about her marriage in Colorado. Something about like something tells me that. I get that. I don't know
Mm.
why. Maybe
Okay.
because of her being out of her home space, she's away from her husband, who she obviously is obsessed with and loves very, very, very
Yeah.
much. Her being like, y'all, something's not right, you know?
Like a girl talk
Yeah,
without
like
the
a
kids
girl
around,
talk.
being able to like
Yeah, kids
keep it
are
a
not
buck.
around. I'm maybe
Shout out
honestly,
Alana, keep
maybe,
it a buck.
yeah, keep it a buck. She's gonna keep it a buck, and I
Mhm.
think she's gonna talk to Ashley and Gizelle about it. Period.
Ashley and Gizelle, the green-eyed bandits that she once would have never shared anything with.
Let me end with this. You just segued perfectly. Do you want Robin back? I do. I know. I know. If anything, maybe a slow transition of which I feel like this would do her so dirty. Friend role and then back.
I was gonna say it would need to be as a friend because she's not gonna give us her home life as a full time. But
Yeah,
if she is in the friend of role, supporting Gizelle, and,
yeah,
but only really in the scenes that have to do with like Giselle's business.
I
Like
see.
I don't even really need Robin like in it with the women that much because like I almost feel like she would have to be like head first into it. But I don't know. I don't know. Ask me again when we recap next week.
Yeah, and maybe like we can revisit this after the
I'd want
season,
wait.
after the a month or two of this being oh,
I would want her back if they have to go to trial with Marshall Mathers. What if he has to come to Montgomery Circuit Court?
oh, 6'7".
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. Fun fact, Eminem is the same age as my parents.
Wait,
So
how
it's
old?
weird that last week I said he was my first celebrity crush. Um, 53.
Oh my gosh.
Pharrell.
Wow.
Pharrell too. Pharrell's the same age.
Wow. Okay, Pharrell. Okay, Eminem. Wow.
Also, I have a confession to make before we go.
Hmm.
What was that? Is that Foo Fighters? I got another confession.
I think so. Yeah, I'm all ears.
I have never had Popeyes before.
What? Girl.
Ever.
Oh my God. I forgot how many pieces of their nuggets
I
are
mean, it's
so,
around. I've just never, yeah. So when I saw it on there, I was like, oh, I bet that tastes good.
it is so crispy, Megan. The
There's
fries,
one by me. I'll go to it.
you,
I'll
the honey
get it when
mustards
I
on that.
review my Happy Eddie products. We
That
can do
would be
that. We can do
perfect.
that. We can make our episode next week a mukbang.
That would be okay. Now I want Popeyes.
Apparently, I do
I
too.
don't I don't know where the closest Popeyes is in Cincinnati, but we have like our other like chicken tender like places, like a place called
Mm,
City Bird Tenders. So good. Anyway,
bird
you need to get
tender.
it. You
Yeah.
need to get like either a tender or a chicken nugget like meal with a fry and a biscuit.
I want to get whatever like they call their classic. Like I want to
Oh
know
yeah, get
what
like a
it's.
three-piece like fried chicken or get like oh spicy chicken sandwich
Oh
unmatched.
yeah, pour one out. People died over that sandwich.
Listen, it's tasty.
But all right, my love. Well, it was a joy recapping this with you.
Always and forever.
Very curious to see if there's going to be some more banter on Threads and other social media from these ladies because they're done filming. So what's filmed is filmed. So if they need to course correct, it needs to happen at the reunion,
Needs to
and
happen. Yeah.
we will need to be covering that intently. And I'm looking forward to it. It'll be here before we know it.
Listen, always a pleasure with Hallett and Harley hashing it out. And so I'm always here.
Oh, and oh my gosh, I am so sorry. But before we go, I have to give a huge congratulations to Gabe.
Oh,
Gabe, I mean, we all obviously heard him singing throughout this episode, but Gabe has been accepted into what? Can you make sure I'm not saying the wrong name? Can you tell me what you were accepted to in Charleston this summer?
yeah. So thank you, Megan. I really appreciate that. It is called the Spoleto Festival of USA, and it is a huge music, arts, dance, jazz festival that is housed and hosted in Charleston, South Carolina, one of my favorite places on earth. And it's about like a 3 to 4 week festival that really celebrates and glorifies the classical musical arts and also contemporary arts and dance and opera and choral music. And so I was hired to be one of the professional choristers or chorus singers in the choir for the 3 weeks that the festival is hosted. So we're going to do an early music opera, Henry Purcell, Dido and Aeneas. We're also going to do two choral concerts. We're going to do Mozart Mass in C minor, and it's with one of my most iconic, cherishable leaders, mentors, teachers ever. It's her first year doing this. I know I'm like I could shed a tear like truly
No,
because I
I'm
just
like,
love this
oh
woman so much.
God.
Um and she's the new director of choral activities with
Yay.
it, and so I'm just so excited for it. So thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course, yes. And I'm trying to get some plans in motion to go see Gabe there. So if I can get that moving, we're obviously going to do our
Gonna
own.
do an episode about we're
We're
gonna see
gonna have
Southern
to
Charm,
vlog our
Republic.
experience.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to go to all of the Southern Charm,
Leva.
Southern Hospitality, Sewing
Yeah.
Down South. Yeah, Leva, we're coming, baby. So yeah, we need to make that happen. And yeah, but congrats again. You're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. So excited.
And shout out to our number one fan, my bestie, Tresha. What's up,
Russia. Ah,
girl? Tresha, you are our
Patricia.
fan of the month. I don't know. I just made up that award for
Come
you.
on.
My another honorary smile award. Shout out Tresha, number one
Yes.
fan. Yes.
Love it. Love
Uh,
it.
all right. Well, Gabe, it was a pleasure. Go enjoy the
Ah,
rest of your evening here, and
you as well, mi amor.
I gotta go watch some Vanderpump Rules soon. We gotta talk about that
I
too.
know that's right. I know that's right.
All righty. Well, see ya. Mwah.
Peace. Mwah.